Hi guys, welcome to the first ever episode of ManTalk TV. This is Franco from Manila. Today we are blessed to have our good friend DJ TonyToni with us to share some thoughts at this time. Hi Tony.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for inviting me, Franco, on this platform. Like I said, it's not all the time that I get interviewed. It's usually me interviewing someone, so it's a nice change.
Yeah, so we've come up with a few questions. I hope you don't mind. We'd like to ask you a few questions about what you're doing and how you are. So well, the first one is actually basically how are you coping at this time? It's a first in a lifetime pandemic. COVID-19, and there are a lot of what things have you been doing to like keep your mind and body centered and balanced at this time?
Wow, during the first few weeks or first few days pa lang, obviously we did not know that it was gonna last this long.
Correct.
I think a lot of us thought the first initial lockdown was gonna last, I think, 2 weeks to 3 weeks,
Yeah.
I think. And now we're into our 33rd, 34th. I don't know how many days. I lost count. But I really try to see how, okay, what can we do for the next couple days without complaining, without being frustrated? How can I focus that energy? So I started cleaning.
Okay.
I started repotting my plants. For those that
Yes.
don't know, I have a lot of plants, like
Okay.
unbelievable.
A plant guy, yeah. Okay. Do you have names for your plants?
Uh no, I don't have names. I just talk to them though. I think
Okay. Yeah,
I think
it's
if
good.
yeah.
I
See.
mean, I think it's definitely they provide much needed oxygen and they kind of clear the mind.
I think it's my way of coping with me being single for so long that
Okay.
kahit magalit ako, walang susumbat sa akin eh. I can just let out my and I can always just
It's a
have my own
one-way
puppet.
thing, ah.
Yeah, wala silang pake. Or if I get mad, if I'm happy, but it takes a lot of discipline, nurturing,
Okay. Yes, of
a lot of
course.
patience to keep
Yes.
these plants alive. So um, I've learned a lot from just planting and dealing with different plants on how to take care of them. So hindi siya easy. It's nothing like a kid though.
Definitely. Yeah,
I
but
know that.
definitely I
Or
agree. Because my wife also takes care of plants, Nikki, and yeah, I mean, there are times that you water them too much or you water them
yes,
a little less, then they
yeah,
have different effects on them. Yeah. So
tama. You
aside from plants, what else are you?
okay?
I mean, what's
So
keeping you
on a
busy?
physical standpoint,
Yes.
uh, I also like to do a lot of meditation,
Okay.
yoga. So I'm really into yin yoga right now. There's a lot of websites, Facebook pages of local yoga instructors. Even if it's not live, they
Okay.
record they
Yes.
record the practice, and then you can do it whenever you like.
Okay.
There's I go beyond yoga. There's also uh, there's so many yoga practitioners that do
Correct.
free yoga lessons right now,
Okay.
and
And
how
like a
they're doing
session
it.
is like 30 minutes or an hour, something like
Yeah,
that.
somewhere you can find from 30 to 45 to 60 minutes, and then a 10-minute meditation, or you can go
Yes.
straight into meditation if you like. If you're not into the whole yoga thing, you can, you can go into the whole meditation. It takes maybe 5-10 minutes. Some courses. Um, there's a guy named I think Robert Yee,
Yeah.
Yee, and he has his own website on Gaia, Gaia, yeah. And you could actually find a lot of great stuff, short tutorials, like 5, 8, 10, 12 minutes
Yes.
on these practices.
I
If you
mean,
never
cause
tried,
yeah, because I think mental health right now is a big
yeah,
issue. I mean, because of this lockdown that, as you mentioned earlier, um, it's taken more time than expected, and things are really
Yeah.
uncertain moving forward. So I mean, I think the meditation, your recommendation would really help a lot of people try to get their mind centered because there's a lot of noise out there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people who aren't aware of this, um, and for a lot of us who live on a normal life, like all of us who live
Yes.
normally, that work, take care of their kids, go home, sleep, go to work, the same routine, the normalcy routine um, is great for
It's
us. But
gone.
when we get pulled
Yeah.
out of our comfort zone or out of our normalcy, we don't know how to comprehend mentally.
Correct.
And we get into either a state of worry, a state of depression, a state of anxiety, and your immune system is then weakened because, I mean, it shuts down
Agreed.
all other uh, triggers in your body. So you're more susceptible for sickness. You tend to become, I guess, more complacent with your health, and you that carries over. It's a domino effect. And I always like to use this as an analogy
Yes.
for those that do drive. If you drive your car or you purchased a car, brand new, perfect, but going and seeing a specialist or doing stuff for the for your mental health is so
Yes.
important because, like a car, every year you need to tune it up. You need to change the brakes. You need to change the oil. You need to do the spark plugs. Uh, Refill the air conditioner. So all of these things are needed for a car. So why wouldn't you take yourself into a specialist, or let's
Correct.
say a mental health a therapist, to just
Yeah.
see what's going on? Because we're humans.
Correct.
We're
Yeah.
we're not robots. We
Yeah.
think, we breathe, we feel, we get angry, we cry, we love. All of these emotions
Yeah.
uh, are so important for us for longevity. So
Correct.
if we're not to keep us on balance and we're a little off the track, we need to
Yes.
go back here. And you can't. Some people are not self-sufficient enough to do that for themselves. We don't have that introspection, as I call it. We don't
Correct.
do introspection on ano ba nangyayari sa akin this year. And I do that every year when I go away. For some reason, when I go to Canada and I'm all alone, I don't have work for 2 weeks,
Yes.
3 weeks. I really do a lot of introspection and I bring
Yeah.
it back to myself.
Reflection. Yeah. Going
Yeah,
back to,
yeah.
and seeing. Yeah. Definitely.
It
I think, I
also,
mean, you have to like kind of unwind and unwrap all of those things. And I think it's really nice for you to find someone you trust who you can kind of share
yeah,
these things. And, some people maybe with more experience than you so that they can kind of guide you. Because, I think I think you'd agree that humans are really social people,
yeah,
So, having this whole social distancing thing is quite difficult.
yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, it's gonna change the way we live. I think in the future, or the new norm, it's gonna be really hard for the service sector. Doctors will be wearing PPE suits, I think, for the next number of months. Uh,
Correct.
my One of my friends who's an orthodontist, they're wearing full PPEs because he has emergencies at his clinic. So
Correct.
just even the bars and restaurants, I don't know
Yes.
how we're gonna change our
Correct.
ways in
I
terms of.
mean, because you are, an investor and an owner in a lot of these businesses which are related to entertainment. And I just wanted to ask you, I mean, what kind of innovations moving forward do you think, you guys will be putting in place so that, you continue to be relevant in the game?
Well, right now we're thinking of ways to actually have people wear masks. So now,
Yeah.
uh, you won't even know kung asimto pangit o asimto ganda yung nakikita mo sa club eh.
Then naging pantay-pantay na lahat, ganon.
Katawan lang makikita mo, and you will
Okay.
base through observation. You know what I mean?
Parang very mysterious na ngayon, ha? Yeah.
Everyone will have a mask, and I mean, sayang yung lipstick. Wala na pati yung lipstick.
Tipid sa lipstick.
Yeah. And I think we're also going to see a change in a lot more alcohol,
Yes,
rubbing alcohol, just the gels, the alcohol gels. We're
correct.
going to have it in different places. We're going to also see probably limits, maximum limits will be now more reinforced. So instead of 1,000 people, we'll probably have 500
Correct.
in
And then
bars.
everyone's
Probably
quite distanced. Yeah.
uh,
Uh,
instead of 20 people in a small bar in Poblacion, maybe 10 people na lang per.
and that would be quite difficult. I mean, like, how are you gonna drink your alcohol with your mask? I mean, do you have like a straw there or something? I mean, is
And people Filipinos like to, kung uminom tayo, 10, 20,
correct.
barkada eh. We don't drink
Yes.
one or two.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
tara.
Enjoy. Talaga.
Yeah,
Yeah. All out.
all out. So it's really going to change our social aspect in terms of our nightlife.
Mm.
And that's going to be hard because that's one way of how we really, um, I guess, unwind. That's our way of
Correct. It's part of
unwinding.
socialization. Yeah.
That's how we
Definitely.
unwind us Pinoys. Yung nightlife natin, it's world renowned for its cheap alcohol, friendly people, great service.
Yes.
And I think it's gonna change. But I think it's gonna change worldwide. I think,
Correct.
but again, after a few months, we'll see how it ends because Filipinos, we're very forgetful.
I mean, you've tried a few.
Tayo.
I think you've tried a few of those Zoom parties where you get
Yeah,
to drink with your friends. How can you describe how is it similar or different going out? Iba pa
ang
rin ba?
layo, ang layo. Iba yun. Like I haven't drank yet, so I drink my when they do drink, I have my kombucha
Okay.
and then my celery.
Yes. Yes.
Celery juice. So, pag nagti-cheers, hindi sila makagalit. They can't get mad at me.
Yeah.
Usually, oy, unom na. Wag, tama na yung tubig na yan. And then now I'm like, so they don't
Yeah.
bug me. But it's a different feeling cheersing on a camera
On a camera. Yeah.
than cheersing
Then
in person.
actual. Yes.
The actual human connection, the physical human connection
Correct.
is what we enjoy. The yakap, the hugs,
Yes. Yes.
the high five, the
Yeah.
the
The
dap,
physicality of it.
the fist
I
bump.
think yeah, I think the soul kind of has a difficult time like transferring through the digital versus through a physical. It's still different. Yeah.
And I think we have to get used to that. I mean, this might be the new way of doing meetings in the future, like how we're doing it. So
Yes.
a lot of people will decide on staying at home, doing online conference calls,
Correct.
online meetings. So we can at least, this might be an answer to our traffic. Hindi ba sabi ni Duterte, by April, 5 minutes from
Five
Cubao to
minutes.
Makati.
Oh, nangyari. Yeah.
Nangyari nga, 5 minutes.
Nangyari. Correct.
So this might be a way for other companies and people to ease up on social distancing is
Correct.
going to be the new norm, maybe, where companies will find new ways to have different e-web meetings. I think that's the
Correct.
way we have to do it. I guess in your business as well, you have to be in touch with the person because you have to measure.
Correct. It's a very physical thing. I mean, it's a very personal kind of
Yeah,
experience. So
like
it's really a
this,
challenge for us moving forward. Yeah.
like this suit has to be measured in a way where you know every inch counts. Every seam, stitch has to be perfect fit for that individual.
Correct.
And so you'll probably have
How
to
do you
wear
do that
masks.
now? Yeah.
Yeah, you always have
Correct.
to wear a mask. You always have to wear a
Yeah.
PPE.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
for those that you're the tailor that's actually measuring, that's
Correct.
actually trying on the suit. The guy that has to your guests have to wear a mask too when they
Yes.
enter.
Oh, naka-gloves.
You have a lot of clients that bring your suits all over the world. They're world travelers. What I mean, they're very cultured. So it's not like you have just locals. You have a lot of foreigners that
Yeah.
ask for suits. So
I think a lot
uh,
of extra care has to be given, especially now that we have this COVID. But yeah, definitely. I mean, all of the steps that we have to take to keep people safe, we have to do that. But I want to segue, Tony, into something that, because I mentioned to a lot of my friends that, we were doing this ManTalk TV and you're going to be one of our first. You're gonna be our first, actually, our first speaker.
Oh wow.
And they were asking us, how's it going to be like if I'm single and I want to date, moving forward? I don't know, I haven't met this person. Maybe I chatted with her online or something, but then or him or her, I'm going to go out on a date. I mean, ano ba mangyayari dyan? Magte-test muna tayo ng COVID or something? I mean, how is it gonna be? How are we gonna like interact?
Um, well, honestly, I think dating apps are the way to go now.
Okay.
Ever since this pandemic, uh, I know there was a rise in the U.S. in terms
Yes.
of, I believe there was like a 25% increase
Increase.
in activity on
On the
Tinder,
apps.
Bumble,
Yeah.
um,
Grinder.
Grinder. I mean,
Okay.
this is I'm not on Grinder, but I mean,
Yeah.
Match Group.
Yes.
What's the other one? Hinge.
So
And
dumami.
then
Yeah.
yeah, and then there's one called Plenty of Fish. I'm not sure if you heard of that.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah. So it's. I think that's the new norm. I think a lot of us will be adding people that we don't know on Facebook. Yung mga,
Yeah.
di ba maybe you know, or
Yeah.
people you may
Post
know.
ganon.
Di ba may people you may know sa
Yeah.
Facebook?
Yes.
You don't
Correct.
think
Yeah. Like
malabas na,
suggestions. Yeah.
yeah, suggestion, friends you might know. So I
Yes.
think that's the new norm of
So
those
we'll
that
be
are,
more social online. We'll be more social online. Something like that. Yeah. That's what you said.
or a lot of us will have to make a burner account or maybe a second account just for dating. You don't want to use your personal account, your main account. So you'll want to keep two accounts. One
Yes.
account is very just basic, to
Yeah.
where you add strangers that meet
Hindi
the
naman lurker
criteria.
account yun. Hindi naman lurker account yun.
Baka, but we don't know. You know what I mean?
Okay.
His own. To each his own. There
Yes.
are some
Correct.
crazy people out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
that's why I
yeah.
always say, as much as people will start dating online or searching online, you have to
Yes.
take that with a grain of salt and do extra due diligence in finding out whether the profile is real, the pictures are real,
Correct.
or are they just catfishing you? You know
Yes.
what I mean? And tagging you along. And we've heard stories of people being dragged for months and years, being swindled from
Correct.
cash to gifts, only to realize that their emotions have been
Played with.
just fooled and yeah, taken advantage of.
Correct.
But I think that's the new norm. I personally have been on Bumble. I
Yes.
haven't used Tinder so much in the country, but I've been on Bumble for a number of years. But I've only bumped into 2-3 people in the whole span, in maybe the 5-6 years that Bumble has been
Yes.
operation in the Philippines. And I usually use it when I'm out of the country. And I have to say, so far you give it a couple, as many months as you give a person trust, you triple it online. Kung 3
Correct.
months trustworthy yung tong tao, you give trust within 3 months, you give 9 months online.
Correct.
Even
Correct.
more. For me, it takes me longer.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you can meet the person after the lockdown in a very public area, and
Correct.
always have consent for the guys out there that are thinking that just because they're on Bumble or any social app,
Yes.
that they're willing to give it up. No, you know what I mean? If no means no, and always get consent. I think we have to
Definitely.
respect in all platforms the woman or man,
Yes.
no matter who it may be. I think it's a matter of getting consent and having the respect that you carry with people in public, to friends of yours, and to
Yes.
now newfound strangers that have become friends.
Correct.
So it's very important that we do practice that, because there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be online and they won't know. A lot of people haven't been online, don't date
Yes.
online.
That's true.
Unless,
Yeah.
what are the rules? Ano bang rules talaga? And I just
Correct.
say, just be extra cautious.
Yes.
And if a person doesn't want to FaceTime after a few weeks or months or days after you've been texting them, mag-ingat na. I mean,
Correct. It's kind of questionable.
if they can't do Zooming or FaceTiming,
Yes.
after a few weeks of texting,
Yeah.
I would have to double think and think that, okay, hindi totoo tong person.
Correct.
This,
And I'm sure there's a lot of other alternatives out there, right? I
yeah.
mean,
Just because they send you photos, videos, does not mean that that's them.
correct.
A lot of
Yeah.
people are really, really just really messed up and nasty that they will go to extreme lengths to ruin a person's life or pretend that they are someone who they are not. So just be
We just have
careful.
to be
But
careful. Yeah. We just have to be
yeah,
careful, I think. I mean, and, we have to be ourselves, We have to,
yeah.
I think that's the basic thing, but be wary of these people who are, they're out there to take advantage. Another thing, I think, everyone's excited tomorrow. The Michael Jordan Last Dance is
Oh,
coming out, right?
ESPN. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, the
Is that 10?
NBA and all of these things. What are your thoughts?
Actually, I was sent this eight. It was like all the videos of Michael Jordan from
Yes,
1998, from his interviews, "Come Fly with Me," to the death of his dad, to the conspiracy theories,
correct.
and they're all like 40 minutes. I don't think I'm gonna watch all of them like in one day,
Yeah.
but it was like 8 videos. I'll send you the link.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's a summary of all of the
yeah,
videos.
over
Correct,
the
correct.
since
Yeah.
1998 onwards.
So like
Uh,
a pre-game,
yeah. So for the millennials or the
Yes,
Zillennials that don't know who Michael Jordan is,
correct.
watch this to know
Yeah,
who he is,
definitely.
because you guys think that Kobe and LeBron is GOAT. You
Yeah.
know,
Iba yun.
that's
Iba din si Michael
yeah.
Jordan.
But
Yeah,
on a mental standpoint, Michael Jordan was a different beast, and I'm excited because that
correct.
was my peg. Magic
Yeah.
Johnson was my favorite player.
Yun ang
So
era natin.
Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan, those two were like, okay. And then
Yeah.
Michael Jordan surpassed Magic due
Yes.
to obviously health concerns of Magic, so he had to retire early. It was unfortunate, but Michael Jordan was like the peg. Now how Kevin Durant, LBJ, Kobe Bryant, so that's our GOAT.
Correct. Yeah.
And
And I
I'm
think it was
excited.
quite more physical during the time, right?
Yeah, there were no rules. There were no rules.
Mm,
The game of basketball back then was so physical that LeBron would not last 17 years.
correct.
Hindi siya tatagal.
Mm,
So wear and tear, 82 games with the technical foul during the playoffs.
yes.
You had to bleed.
Iba siya,
Uh,
iba siya.
diba,
What
diba?
about regarding the All-Star games? I mean, like you used to go to the All-Star games like every year, right? And you wear these beautiful suits, like the last one that you wore, the blue one.
Oh
Pati si
yeah.
Mark Cuban na impress, ah. I mean, it was really, I mean, how is it moving? I mean, can you tell us a little about that? The previous All-Star games and moving forward, how it's gonna be? And,
Well, shout out to Holland and Sherry and Palladino
yeah,
for always
Vishal and Josh.
dressing me up. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for making me look like I own a team during these NBA events. But right now, there's no NBA, there's no NHL, there's no NFL,
No
there's
sport.
no WNBA. All professional sports. Got even race car.
Correct. F1, yeah.
F1 is so it's scary because at least if we had sports, it brings us closer together,
Yes,
all guys and girls, knowing that okay, we can sit at home and watch our favorite sport, and
correct.
um, we can actually feel that okay, we can have a beer, we can have our favorite drink while watching our favorite sports.
Team.
But now
Yeah, yeah.
that's even gone, and you can't even now watch it live. I mean, there's
Correct.
no spectators. I mean,
Yeah.
WWE still has wrestling. They're
Yes.
taping live, and there's no one, so it looks so
No one's
weird.
watching. Yeah.
I watched a clip of the wrestlers fighting, and they're trying to get the crowd involved, and then they pan to the crowd.
But
There's no
wala.
one tao.
It's
So
different. Yeah.
it's gonna be very difficult. Um, for a lot of sports fans who've invested so much in season tickets, even our PBA,
Yes.
MPBA or MPBL, wala. And basketball is our, you know, our pastime here in the Philippines. So even playing in the sa, sa probinsya, or even just
Yeah.
pick up
A
pick
pickup
up
game.
on
Yeah.
you know, I mean, CSA or in Tivoli or wherever you guys play, in Damlao,
Yeah.
in 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 Corinthians, or
Correct.
in your local gym. Wala
Yes.
na. I mean, none of us are gonna be
Able
wanting
to
to
do
play
it.
unless. And then we have to think also, Franco, na kasama ba natin yung mga super seniors? Si Daddy, si
Correct.
Tito,
Yeah.
more susceptible sila sa sakit.
Definitely. Yes.
Tayo mga bata, kaya natin. We're healthy, but if we're carriers and
Yes.
mahawa lang si Tito, si
Yeah.
Dad, I mean,
it's not worth going out or doing whatever, it is. I think, and that's one of the main things about this virus is that, you have a lot of your loved ones who are at home or close or live close to you. Definitely interaction with them would be very limited. Um, One of the, I think, well, we're kind of wrapping up already because remember the names of the hospitals that you sent to me? Mother Teresa of Calcutta in San Fernando, Pampanga, Pablo Torre in Bacolod, and NCMH in Mandaluyong. We'll be sending our PPEs to them
awesome.
on Wednesday. Yeah, so we'll send you some photos
You
of
just
that.
put it
Yeah.
up. Thank you so much. I mean, you don't know how much they could use all the PPEs, and it's not easy. You know what I mean? It's not easy at all.
Correct. I mean, anything we can do to help at this point in time. I mean, all of us, whatever, even if it's a little thing, we just have to do it because, I think that's how people are made, for us to all work together. Diba? Any other advocacies that you would like to promote at this time? I think there was a fire in Tondo recently, right?
So yesterday we were supposed to deploy at
Yes.
8 a.m. for Tondo. It's a
Yes.
COVID Manila project. Those people that are spearheading this, I've known them for more than 8-10 years now. Dean and Mitch of COVID Manila project. Their husband and wife. They are a chef and a nutritionist.
Yes.
So they used to help me with my dietary restrictions way back when I was first starting out a couple years ago, 7-8 years ago, and they put this together where they're helping the families in the Tondo area, the
Yes.
GK areas the shanty towns of Tondo.
Correct. Yeah.
And they've been doing it for the past 30 days now, giving meals,
Yes.
making meals, giving rice to the different families, the 400 families. So if they want to make a donation, we're accepting
Yes.
clothes. You can go to COVID Manila Project on Facebook.
Okay.
Or if they want to make a donation, cash donation, we are still accepting. All the proceeds, 100%, go towards the meals, and also the if we get clothing, we can get clothing. So you can actually donate at COVID Manila Project. Just go on Facebook,
COVID Manila
and
Project.
then I'll just send them a DM, and I'll send you the QR code
Please, we'll
for
send it
that.
out here.
Yeah, and we're also doing a food drive for microbrewery and the draft group.
Okay. Yes.
So we are basically making meals directly for the frontliners. So doctors, medical frontliners. So doctors, nurses, and the security. Because a few of my friends who are doctors and nurses aren't able to get meals because let's just say the protocols it doesn't go to the right people, and so by the time they're finished their shift, wala na natitira, wala na masarap, and pagod sila para mag-order, pumunta ng grocery para magluto.
Yeah.
After 12, 18-hour, 24-hour, 36-hour shift, you want to sleep na lang. So we make food and then we give it to them, then they take it home. We deliver directly to the hospital to a doctor or a point person of a medical frontliner.
So specific, yeah.
Specific. So they can deposit at the microbrewery company. The BDO is 00145 00599986, or the GCash is 0999-882-9712. That's 0999-882-9712. And the PayPal is mktghead.microbrewery@gmail.com. Thank you to everyone that's been emailing, sending money from all parts of the world. But make sure it's those accounts, because there are nasty people who are exchanging our accounts for their own accounts. So for anyone that's donating, make sure you go to the source of that group and of that NGO, or
not just from a share or anything like that. Yeah.
Always do due diligence, because we're hearing that other groups, their post, bank account nila binubura. Napalitan. So just to make sure, that's why I wanted to read those. But you can check our I Love Draft on Instagram, and the brewery PH, the microbrewery, the brewery PH on Instagram and Facebook.
All right. Tony, it's been such a pleasure talking to you, and thank you so much for suiting up.
I want to thank Manila also for spearheading this, and I know you guys have a ManCom coming up.
Yeah, the ManCon, yes, correct.
So
in September, hopefully.
I hope that people that join that. I mean, it's a great cause. It's a great way for camaraderie, unity within in the fashion, whether it be in the holistic, in the beauty and wellness of man. Join it. Be part of a great cause into uplifting all of the men in this country. I mean, we can learn
definitely, definitely, we will be supporting all of these local businesses during that time. So watch out for some changes that we're going to be doing during the ManCon. We want to support and bring back, local business, support local business, especially those for the menswear.
Yeah. Maybe you can invite people from the mental health standpoint. I know a few people that I can send you links that you can get in touch with. Healing Mind.
We're going to have the ManTalk Summit as well there, a physical talk. Hopefully we can still do that. So definitely, if there are any mental health experts, we'd love to have them talk there as well.
I'll send you all of them. I'm friends with all of them. So I also...
And hopefully you as well, you can speak there with us, and share some thoughts there as well,
Definitely.
This is not going to be the last time we're going to talk at the ManTalk, at this ManTalk TV. Definitely lots and lots more for you to share with us, and we really appreciate it.
I would love to do this live over Facebook, so we can actually reach out to Suited Up Manila family and friends. I mean, I don't mind doing. I mean, we
just did this now because it's our first, so I just wanted to try it first. I'm not really, it's actually my first time to do something like this, but I thought
I was like, whoa, Franco wants to host
it's something
I better watch out for my job.
It's something, you just want, just trying to see, if we can share some knowledge and some love and some wisdom, because definitely we will have to evolve, we'll have to adapt and evolve, because
that's right.
So,
and that's right, Franco. It's not about the strongest. It's not about the smartest. It's not about the fittest. It's all about adaptability. If for those that do adapt to their surroundings, that's who's going to survive. I mean, now
it's very Darwin.
Yes, very. Very Darwin.
It's an evolve or die situation. So I mean, whatever we can do, especially if we can do it in a positive way. Because I mean, there are people there that are trying to, take advantage of the situation and all of these things. I mean, and we're not those kinds of people. So, if we can find other avenues or other ways, we can try to uplift and inspire and spread positivity. That's what we want to do.
That's it. More so now, we need unity. We need compassion. We need mindfulness. and respect.